aware, we had reached out to the returning officer and our district officer, but we did not have any explanation for the use of the training sheet. What they had said was the presiding officer realized at the point of filling the form that what she had was a presidential pink sheet, and therefore she used a presidential training sheet. It didn't add up. It was not convincing. And so 2 days ago as a commission, in our investigation, we had the light bulb moment that why don't we really do away with all the party agents at the collation center, because they have not been able to provide us the information we need. Why don't we go to the ground? Rather than deal with collation agents at the collation center, why don't we identify, look out for the agents, the polling agents at the Abukobi Training Center? And so we took steps. We reached out to the parties, and we were able to do that. The PO was out of town. We were able to also reach her and asked her to return back to Accra to answer a few questions. This morning we met with her, and she explained to us how she arrived at the training. She arrived at using the pink sheet for presidential training with training embossed on it. It's important to note that she did not have this training sheet with her on election day. And it's also important to note that contrary to what is being peddled in the news, though that training sheet was not signed by party agents, the question has been asked that, it's the EC sheet, why are they not using it? Training sheets have no place at the polling station, and that's why we are not using it. It was not a parliamentary pink sheet, polling, even training, it was presidential, and it was not signed by any of the party agents. What she has explained is that, as I mentioned, she recognized that she did not have the parliamentary pink sheet, she had the presidential. And so she tallied everything on paper. She had both agents of the NPP and the NDC confirm the figure, and they agreed to go to the collation center to obtain a copy of the parliamentary pink sheet. Once there, they were informed to go to the district office. On their way there, unfortunately, they were accosted by some thugs who threatened their lives, and in the process, she fled. The good news is that she had this sheet in her bag, but she fled. And she says that the agents also dispersed and they all left. And so none of them had the results. She had it on a sheet. I'm happy to note, however, that the parties, although we did not have a pink sheet for parliamentary signed and completed at that level, each party also had their own tally cards. And on that tally sheets, they have the number of persons who came through. They had all the details, including the results, the total for each political party. And we have received that of the NPP. Although they are not present here, the presiding officer, some days after the election, reached out to the agents, the party agents, and the agent for the NPP sent his copy. And we've seen that we have the evidence and their communication. And it tallies that of what our presiding officer had on the training sheet. We have also met with the NDC, agent, and we've also taken a record of his tally sheet, which also contains the number of people who came to the center and the votes for each of the parties, and they tally. And that has enabled us to arrive at a completion today. So today, the Commission is pleased to note that it has brought proceedings and collation at the Dome-Kwabenya constituency to a close. It has gone full circle, and we are convinced without a shadow of doubt that the outcome reflects the will of the people as expressed at the polls. I think that yes. So as mentioned, ours is not to make anybody president. It is to ensure that our outcomes, and our processes guarantee that the people's choice is upheld. So we're happy to note that we have come full circle today, and the outcome of that election has been confirmed. Is upheld. So we're happy to note that we have come full circle today, and the outcome of that election has been confirmed as being legitimate, as being the choice of the people. I think at this point it is not in my place to make that declaration, and I'll hand over to I think that the lesson in it is that our processes must be allowed to work. I know that the candidate has been through quite a bit, but the processes must be allowed to work. And I like to also place on record that we don't rest on our oars here, and we're burning the midnight oil to ensure that, the right thing is done. And we're pleased that, we had that flash, that light bulb moment to go down, to drill down to the ground. And that has brought out the truth, and the truth will be upheld. So thank you very much for your time this afternoon.
Thank you, Madam. At this point, we'd like to call...
No, did I leave anything out?
Mr. Kingscoop. And we also like to invite close to the lieutenant officer. Yes. So first, I'll hand over the mic to Mr. Zakaria Kofi to do the declaration, and then the symbolic aspects will be done by him.
Let's see your face.
You can get up to stand. Stand up. Yeah, stand up. Yes.
Then you should move. You want him to?
Yes. You want him to use the mic. What? He's going to stand here.
Well, live visuals there from the...
So, good afternoon, our friends in the media. Good afternoon, directors. Good afternoon, chairperson. Good afternoon, party representatives. My name is James Zakaria Kofi, the returning officer for Dome-Kwabenya constituency. Just like the chairperson has said, we have arrived at the final on the face of the bin sheet. We have Michael Aaron Yao Okwe Jr. polled 50,669 votes, 50669. Akurugu Faustina Elikplim polled 50,967 votes, 50967. Dora Nyako polled 220 votes, that is 220. And Remy Parker Edmondson polled 302, that is 302. The total valid votes 102,158, 102,158. The total rejected ballots 624. that is 624. The total vote cast, that is 102,782. That is 102,782. Now, with the power invested in me as the return officer for Dome-Kwabenya constituency, and in the presence of the return officer for the presidential election, I declare Madam Akurugu Faustina Elikplim as the MP elect for Dome-Kwabenya. Thank you.
That's what you do. Do your work.
Okay, so this is Madam Akurugu Faustina Elikplim. I declare, yes, by the power invested in me as a return officer, I declare Madam Akurugu Faustina Elikplim as the MP elect for Dome. By the power invested in me as a return officer, I declare Madam Akurugu Faustina Elikplim as the MP elect for Dome-Kwabenya constituency. Thank you. Yes, this is my copy.
This is your copy?
Yeah, I think the agent has got the copy. Yes, yes.
Thank you very much. At this point, we would like to end the updates in the session. Thank you for coming, and then have a happy new year in advance. See you. Indeed, you are God, and you will be merciful and gracious to us in all that we do. It's just by your grace and Lord we will finish this process.
Our live visuals there on your screens from the...
Spoke to us, so I'm saying...
Indeed, by your grace and Lord we will finish this process. We ask the Lord God, as you go home, we are not leaving your presence. May you continue to grow with us. That will go over the rest of the issues as they come. Yes, we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Well, you're welcome back to our studios here at number 5 Ola Hansen Lane, Tessano here in Accra.
We didn't have any declaration because there was no recollation or anything. Today is an affirmation because you all know that on the 8th of December, almost all of you were present in Dome-Kwabenya where I was declared. So today is not a declaration, it is an affirmation. And so I just want to thank God for how far He has brought us. Today, we all know that the elephant is a big animal. And when you kill it, before it finally dies, it has to take time and it has to struggle. And so today, finally, the elephant is dead. And Dome-Kwabenya has come to stay.
What did the magic?
It's hard work. It's hard work and dedication and, of course, prayers that led us to this victory. So on this note, I want to thank everybody who came on board. I mean, during the This long hours, in fact, the Xmas, it didn't go well for me because of the up and down. Today you are being called, tomorrow you are here and you are there. So I just want to thank all those who came on board to support us, and the victory, the voice of the people has finally spoken. And so to God be the glory. Great things he has done and greater things he will do.
What should constituents expect?
Oh, of course. They should expect. Now, the MP-elect. The next thing is to start work. You know, Dome-Kwabenya has always been for the MPP, and this is the first time the NDC has taken that seat. And so it's hard work that will make the people maintain me for long. And so it's all going to be hard work. And the hard work starts today. And so I want to thank the constituents for having that trust in me and then giving me this mandate. And I can promise them that we are going to make sure Dome-Kwabenya becomes a place that everybody will love to be.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that is the Member of Parliament elect for the Dome-Kwabenya constituency. Let me talk to Tanko now, who has been following these proceedings from day one till now. Let me try and talk to him now in front of him.
As a party, let me take this opportunity to thank the Electoral Commission. Madam Jean Mensah. Because clearly the people spoke loudly. They voted for Madam Akurugu, and we wanted their vote to stand. And then so we push, and finally the reason clearly, like we stated earlier, there was no need to embark on that path because clearly the people spoke loudly. They push, and finally the reason with us. So we have to thank them, the Electoral Commission, for having reasoned well with us and for having abandoned the process that they were trying to engage in. We know the situation it was created for the country. It was going to mar the beauty of whatever they were doing all over. And so we thank them, the Electoral Commission, for having done this yeoman's job. And I always state, when they do the right thing, we will thank them. If they go outside the right thing, we will fire. We will make sure that we bring them onto the right path, and then the Ghanaians will benefit.
What is the right thing? Is it because if it does not go your way, it's wrong, and if it goes your way, it's right, or there's something that they did wrong that you bashed in at them, or?
Clearly, the people voted for Madam, and they themselves,
from the presiding officer, and she agreed. What happened? And so, therefore, they need not punish our candidate or the electorate, and so that has been our position. And clearly, they reasoned to us, and then they made it. So, if clearly they had gone to the other side, of course, that would have been natural justice would have demanded that we follow that path, and also we are grateful for that.
4 more of the seats to be declared. You have the Ablekman North, you have that of Tema Central, you also have that of Okankwe Central. 4 more of the seats to be declared. You have the Ablekman North, you have that of Tema Central, you also 4 more of the seats to be declared. You have the Ablekman North, you have that of Tema.
At the High Court, so tomorrow that they are going to give a ruling on our objection that we raised, the preliminary objection, and it's very clear. What they did is that they are trying to use a backdoor to get whatever they are looking for. In fact, they are looking to come through a backdoor to have a petition filed. That is the form they are trying to do. And that is why our lawyers raised that objection. You cannot use that method, mandamus, to get that kind of method because those declarations were made. What is all here is not a real declaration. They're just confirming what they have declared already. Nothing has changed. Okay, DS is different. They want to now come, do another collation, and do another declaration. That is illegal. It's not known to the law. And that is why we've been saying it. It's completely illegal. And I told you, that Burunya thing they went and did, you see that it has stayed in their face. It won't happen. What we know is that those 4 seats, we want them fairly. And I'm very sure tomorrow they will throw them out. That mandamus will not stand. It won't happen. What we know is that those 4 seats, we want them fairly. And I'm very sure tomorrow they will throw them out. That mandamus will not stand. You want to force a state institution to carry out mandate, its duty, that it has not carried out. They've carried out the duty. Those returning officers, they are in charge. And they carry out. You, the media, you capture it. You saw the declaration in Okankwe Central, Tema Central, and Ablekman. You walked through it. It was captured live on your television station. So why can somebody go to court and say EC has not done collation, they have not done declaration, so you are forcing them to come and do collation and do declaration. What is that? So we are clear in our mind. Tomorrow, our objection will be upheld by the trial judge, and this Mandomo will be dead on arrival, and the 4 MPs will be sworn into office. You see, we have just captured Dome-Kwabenya. Thank God to glory. These people, they wanted to use a back door to get it. We've thrown them out. It's level 4. We'll capture that one too. We agree.
So was Rashid Tanko Computer, who was addressing after the EC gave updates on happenings at the Dome-Kwabenya constituency, where the Faustina Elikplim Akurugu has been declared MP for Dome-Kwabenya constituency.
To him, they have won those other 4 seats, which includes the Ablekuma North, the Okankwe Central, the Tema Central, and he is very confident that at the end of the day tomorrow, the NDC will emerge victorious in all those other 4 seats that the High Court is yet to make a ruling on. And then we are going to keep our eye on this development and keep up to speed as to how all these unfolds. But for now, the Member of Parliament elect for the Dome-Kwabenya is the NDC Faustina Akurugu, and she just walked out here so cheerfully and happily. Hopefully she'll be able to enjoy the new year, as she claimed she could not enjoy the Christmas because of the up and downs and the meetings here and there. But fortunately for her, tomorrow
parliamentary resource. So the returning officer decided to write the results on the presidential training sheet, and at the time that she got to know that she had no pink sheet for the parliamentary, she made attempt to get the pink sheet, but on her way to the district office she was being attacked by certain thugs. So as a result, she flew away and she came back and decided to write the pink sheet on that. And the returning officer herself also has explained to them through investigations that they conducted, or they began 2 days ago. So after that,
and no oman shebre any amanyo kubi any munipa shebre ejina so it is a udi oman shebre any nipa bi shebre be di agora one we ya na obi the 6 ada no 9 me kokobo no de ya to aba biribi aye to aba bia no electoral commission for na musifo, not those are the head office and omo quantity mu teach you arrows ne sanko for omo quantity mu na no da na you obi so di rule ato na o ti obi ti free na o de ballot paper na ma obi ti ni so sa na na no da na say omo ko for bi boa ama ya gigi ya tom bebre na asuchin de bi omo kasa asuchin omo say miem kura mane but de bi ada
yes it's
de bi ada o man ye challenge na no asemusia yebehwe na yama akosevo as enough deterrent yenyo na ya for na kan bia sa say elekem wo wini awie enti bo say o na dia kira asem kra dia na obiem na moma no nkode ba bi no nkodi ndoko no nkoda but ye refi say infie na achi no yebesa ato aba na ekohu say utimi di saade wi ana utimi saade wi eso yenye ohwe a ebe na saade na pese atu otwa atu otimi because we no enye cool heads and a prevail year ana afenu nyina MPP ni NDC agitafo no omo tugu mu se omo ntiase de esi ne ekoso na ankanya nene asem fefefe ya bia ina be oti kanya asem ni bebre mesre enu nti na makase ya ka bankomo mananya asem hia this time round afi fufro nyamede dom ye 2025 no se oman Ghana eni emu nipa no ya jia tumu se yepese yetumpon yepese yekoyenim yepese nya ensachiraya yenti ase se ensachiraya emma prekope eye adwene na o sesa no se de usi dwene no ene se de usi yo nuoma no se ensachiraya amema untimi nya de fufuro bia na nkoso fufuro bia wa brabo se wo fasika na de bia da wudi no wonuma sa de hia da no so a de bia da bakwa asresre se wo ye driver ni na se bu a wo gine atwitwa mene bo ubu ni pafa so a ebri bia da no nsachiraye na wo pede ni gine enwie peyo so ye dwumani aban dwumani na se nei ese okọ adwuma no wotwe na kodo adwum no ndu anadu baako na ofiri onum eye prem to bra sa nsachiraye na wo hwehwe no emada wakatwe na pese ntumu ba no emada So we Ghana nipa no ama Ghana me do akoma so say adie bia and integrity and say adie bia wo ya obia ni ho na mum obeye ne kwan so
yeah
obia hwe so
enye se obi wo ho nti na ye monitoring
sa na ye boy bra obi gire e kon so nti ne biri bia no ye te said ye ade a eye onipa no twe ne ho pe na nioma ensem fata an ye enti mesre we should really enter 2025 with that transformation and renewal of our minds.
Okay.
Because you nyasa ahofa adwene no ne ne sachraye no na yamfa that sense of patriotism and to yakoma so a ye beye de beye bia
inquisition
because we contractor say be o ye kwan e kwan no eni afimpo na ni nyina etutu anase adwire egu we no enye su ene de ban ye papa se wo to ade odwom na nyoma I expire bronya abai nipa bebre ato expiring products o man check date nimpo
yeah
nipa bebre akoto oil no I expire
e bin so on ma mo said o mi
na de wo ho
yeah cheche rubber fit
e bi ho so kra no ma de gu rubber fit e bi ho so kra no ma why expire date na say o mo de bibia fam expire date we nyina no yemfa nchichire o man onipa kofa ade te say na no da ye kofa bayere bottle tachiman bayere bottle koko otori nyina ye 700 cedis
okay
bottle bayere bebre be dunkra avo pija bayere ba kwa yesi bayere ba kwa 80 cedis and 100 cedis eti o man na nkasa no
be ka set transportation
ya hohoro ya adwene ho am ya anye positive am ya anye Ghana kane na bribia da no ye be ma amanyosem adi anim kan no party no ene no se me opposition a empire me gba ne se NDC se ombani guase na nsembe toto mu na yetime nya ho aka na afi omo be Ghana fo yin se de ebinum susu se NDC fo empire no mo ba se aban be ne poto na poto no wia onti India na Ethiopia
onti Ghana yeah
eti ka empire ne se enioma enkoso yie e wa aban bia obeba ene ye wa aban hofra oba yesresen ka bibia o Ghana ni wo dwene a o si de ebekoso under John Dramani Mahama Excellency Abamu bia no enya de a edi yedie ni nkoso ni mpuntu obeba na eba e affect wo e affect me se yakwa ahokire mu a enuma ni ho a kani edunduma
yeah
dollar na ekosora
e be affect bia
people ba kuso e ko gina NDC for
it affects everyone
all of us
yeah
it edu bra as you see in common from the national point of a conversation more than a bribia than the party interest and no kodan cheno ade ba kwa say di enya ena me fa beta na America na me yonko ba kwa gbasi se mi ba ade ba kwa di enya se otabena automatically say me so meta abena how is that going to work
and no cry there obi obeyesa na chese you are not matured yeah
so what you say how is that o man nyoma asudi there so petrol wants to be adameka aban bia odi petrol be amanyosem no any party bia odi petrol be amanyosem problem obia odi the entire mekasa na amafo odi dollar kwa each problem because nyoma esese ye di gu akwam as oman
e masidi ni stable
etimi gina enye 1 day work o enye 2 day work o ana enye 6 months work
a long term
eye enhihye a wo sheda ebo trimu po se me pese me manfo no yesika ye di no enya ahoden soronko ebise dollar na didi dwa kese wa enya ahoden soronko eti ye onyoma esese wo ye na yetimi mani gina basa anyoma no aban bia ba osuro because Ghana for do na ye pese ye didi ene ya edidi preko
na those man and the saddest part ni say sanche na wo de begu akwan so betumi aboa ma o CD stabilize no wo se wo she process na se ya e be affect obi adwuma e be affect obi importer or ye de ba sani pa na be sori etia ho
but
e ma ne nkoso but obi asam beble mu
but say no na me kire say ba with akoma say it is Ghana first de bia da na me koy example na obi ka me say edu baby na NDC aban and they almost have baby I benefited and a lot of people benefited
okay
it was under de bia da me ka Dr. Louisa Hanabisu on this broiler project
okay
aban ni boni trimu po say ye pese Ghana do mpempenso a enyo enama dodo aye krafi amano no
akokofo so no
yes subeti cra to the barest minimum.
Okay.
It's a bunch of share the buy and say, and Mama Shasia empower Ghana for more involved in the poultry business. Kalpa can say Darko Farms in food farms other farms need your mukaka. Aban bomu tinim pose sa nyimako nyina ye be bomu amoma timi ade nkokɔ no aba amoma nyina na Ghana fo ankasa age it is na tedia o fa no mafra monone a ansa ba kokɔ fa nkokɔfu no krafra monone no o to Ghana products na ye kuafo na ye no ye poultry farmers na ye no o to onyoma nim 100 no to 40% no afa monone de 60 abeka ho ye ne say kakra nti bedu baby no na ya de ye ho nti fie be ye edunie and I do me senke tu sa na mona ankane there were a lot of akati farms there were a lot of big poultry farmers anka no ma ye kra ye na ma ye kra fi amon no ye kra ye madie ye kra ye madie
sure
it's very worrying. We have the opportunity all the time to make a difference, but how can make a difference? Association of a year
poultry farmers
and one more crown mobile importance akoko almost be faculty kwan ngona farmer buy no
because e be affecting the juma e be affecting the imports
but yenya akandifo bi no almost see omutrim pose ye megu adwuma in the midst of ye hwese e be facing out no wonso so woni da ho a go into that business because ye chomema jefamko ye ko fam ponchini na ntwe ni nwan
locally
dodo na ni fi amano ye enkuru atwa enwo kira na ye ko Mali ye ko Burkina Faso ye ko Niger o ko fam ponchini nkuko na bo eni na ntwe because hotels need to be busa na ntwinam na short system nim hotels to be busa ponchi na ni nyina bi ni wonom there are opportunities in the system just that there are cabals also in the system who make it shit. No, most say it won't say also.
Yeah,
because the people they've engaged in the system. No, omodoso. And yenya the Oboni Central Fonds. Bibia Emphagan and Punto crying money in the moon we pay on. Near so many abena sem. About Ugunko Fojima, about Ugunko Fojima, about
man. What I say? A man who say to some extent, no, Bibeka say, ye be blame politicians, no. Make I say, ye Raketi Hammond. Eco Minister of Trade or the list of any imports here. Nanko say ye restricting the imports ne kakra. Even though some man no importation story tia ye sans to enya a political party emumpenyiphobia almost so no more cassette this same approach na KTF no na just say at the end of the day no ubenya a political party obeko sympathize with the affected. Na mana say ono dwen the affected no ho won na wodi hihye gu akwanso anei ka ban sesan bayi no enkasa process na hihye no etumi gina ya kanso baba be ride on na ya to aso akoyenim. So where are we going?
It's simple. Our sense of patriotism and propaganda no
that is it.
Are overtaking the national interest. So bia and making and then MPP co-position, they will be able to identify every loophole and allow this administration. This administration, when they were in opposition, they have identified all the challenges.
Yes.
Let this administration come. Let us pray that Nyoma Mwankasa identify they are not going to do worse. Because that has been the lessons that we have learned in this country. The key thing, me who abain awaba, wakase ye handi over man, wakase economy ni die. Eye papa da, and as baby jan ye be boy homo de na so ya ubi. Abain bia handi over man, abain bia.
Wa meto economy.
We take you over, die be to ye die. Amena donko. So that has been the system. It depends because ye principle no. Na ye no kredi ni ejina baby ejina no and no any ene as of mine because ene ade a wo bo MPP achi wo ho no se wo ko bo NDC achi wo ho maka se ombe referral to
the MPP
NDC for say omo opposition me enye equalization eno ti na etu omo free so ene so mbetena so na o chi omo adwene ko esin to bi ba anyhow ombe ka say na MPP kura wo kura no omo de na omo timi so we cannot move forward when we have no principles as a country and as individuals. A difficult task.
Yeah.
Say you tumpo him as a minor, any emuni pano, because Bakatro, I do not Nankasa, you are my name, and Hoya ni bre, any a true DNA in Chatuso, a Jumaneson, key because I won't say any year and I'll have young penny you for so say, Essence Bribiada, Yanama, yes, yes, the majority of them perceive transits I was at him. Na Bribiada, no, yes, let's say.
Ya kasa betumi asesa no
emre ko hyehyɛ betumi gu akwam emre yɛ adwuma aban ani so ade hunu no o wese be yɛ adwuma
wana de be yɛ
adwuma bibia na mreko ebesu nipa dodo na so but obia ni ho a what demonstrating at this point say that is the picture that I'm painting. It doesn't matter whether it will cost me or it will cost whatever. Ghana should be the surviving.
And man, do you think you betumi address point you benya a leader ne say ba mabai may be fighting in the interest of a minor and yet the political party.
I can tell you one thing. I'm telling you one thing. If John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency the President-elect,
wants to leave a legacy,
if Ghana, any Ghana for on making sure the Ghana agenda is high on its agenda, I don't think that Ghanaians will really even take that energy again to go and say, "Medemo ekoto abayne nshishye." So there's a huge tax and responsibility on his shoulders. And so far, Nekasa ne ye bia wa demonstrate no. I'm who say me personally who say, oh yeah, a new person with a new focus and vision. That vision no ebe include a progressive Ghana, an accountability Ghana, where obi biara or a probing Ghana, where obi biara na ben and as a buying from another businessman as obi bia SM fatano. Oni ye biara should conform to the status of what Ghana says. It honestly is a chance, a very big opportunity, big one for John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, to prove to Ghanaians that lessons no can say what's experience no can say when a better reflective after the 7th of January 2025, so that we will not come and sit and say these are the same old group of people.
Hanano, make I say yen Bemakaba, body and funny crancy ye, Omampenu say a Mibina or Tessian some cheerful Emma Quenya. Emma Nibisa said, Akufadu we knew in opposition, and the aggressiveness now was just so the bebo minor, and the expectation I don't know man no. Make I send a story in. Omaki a lot of statements are na a mouth assurance say e be ye o catch say a yos na be mu na be pesika and yes shase ni pia bonten e san say it will not be allowed o man ba bia ye wonye de o kan ye ni nyina sa conviction na the ordinary Ghanaian ni nya ye no ne sense form to this point it dey na ma de o mampani Mahama e kan ne yi. And what's so big to say or the
the circumstances are not the same. The president-elect, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, on the 7th of January. Bibia about him and the parties come back, and this administration are always superintendent extremely exclusively different. It is none of that you see, you know. Or under a certain condition, or is not coming under same condition here. I'm sure. Say, will be say the first 24-hour economy and person almost starting a 24-hour prayer for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama because a corner a done a nimino a prony a bio na a one town for no a dos
and Nina
within your party and without Nina. A prono onyamia biama. But a one time for no. A dos one man able to say you will need the strength and that favor and that firmness and that objectivity to push through, ably supported by lieutenants are quite self-centered and greedy. Because so could and you may be a cheer, you end up paying people back at the expense of making sure you are building that Ghana we want to. In the midst of all this, no, as I say, Omagana Tumpong, as I say, or she say, Ubia or the Ghana for Kwambiso and Sam Fatana, it me, Juma, as I say, at the same time, to me ensure say, or door any in Kabum Sunkubi because we are so much on the vet. You more charm and all public and civil servants. NDC Jumaifo, MPP Jumaifo. It's nobody say MPP free so. But when a new moment pay for the bit instructions are the exposed or known NDC people, they don't take those instructions. It is the levels of indiscipline, the levels of bitterness, pain that up to this point, he stands that chance to reconcile. In reconciling, and no say from Sobia Koso and we have to turn a blind eye on that. That is not possible. And yes, because our mind is governed by the rule of law. I don't know more opposition. And no maybe I say and a 7-0, and a 6-0, and a 10-0, and a 10-0. Because and yet good for us as we move forward. Because when you come today, now and unsema wokan yina into quarter including the eba wafa obetu tiechira equalization. Do we also have to refer to our revered judges as same? No. It yanya GDS say all these state institutions no crown say GDS say mreyo abema and asin to abema e kwan ben ye papa e de be faso a we be say nya sa GDS na ye pe all this but ne kura ne say Obia Obenya Kwenya under this John Dramani Mama administration. Obia Obenya Kwenya. You have a Herculean task to show, say, the normal thing. Okay. You are coming for results. You are coming to make sure, say, wherever you find yourself, you cause a light to shine there. Now, by ye Timemufono. Your prayer is for this administration to fail. Because it's not just about this administration. It's about the country, Ghana. Okay. It is a wono uko to join him and our country. Now on country unko to join him our compare obo and say a buying way and be yemi sha. Sa mindset requano a defeatist and demonic. Who does say
a political interest in the
but we are not saying that won't mean any political interest. Of course, the MPP, the CPP, the Apalus and all those people, they will continue to do their politics. But there should be a clear line when you see progress, when you see a national cause, you just don't deliberately out of political mischief and propaganda misrepresent the situation or the facts. Finally, as media, we also have a super responsibility. Sure. A super responsibility. Being an NDC or an MPP is not a crime as a journalist. It doesn't matter. And you baby, GD say, oh, bobre, ewo. Okay. But unya kwenya tinasa kasefidie we anima. Kai hu say, Ghana edi asudie bi atoso. Enipa dodo na betimi aye a chen wo. Okay. Eti aye adum bia onyame di adum say, bra. Na fa akukuduro no nukredie ebedi ujuma. Se ye nyina ye tie ho ase saa. Na yehu se obia hyehye mu no we gina ha omani mpuntuo ne kanko no obia be na enye wonwa se oman a ye nyina na yehu se illegal mining na ekoso ye nyina de efebuo no koma eye mampanyin ba efiri so no na tu no mtu se obeko atia eti ekoye te se de mampanyin kokko na ye de se yes because ultimate can jam say sa omo cars ni wewura sa kwaye mu honom ni nsuo no so
kromafo ni ho
kromafobia ni ho a wahu ana wate
na so ko so kitankrata
point ni say
kitankrata so odi ko office
e kwaye mu ho e wo nsuo no mu we don't punish, we don't do enough to deter people eti yina no nya atwemaku yen oman no do atofom ye mpanyimfo no susu a ye de tumi a shop so meboa mo man ntimi ko anim so omo no kredie ni oman okeka no so ofom because we continue to be beneficiaries of the corruptible behaviors and act oman we nkwa ne Ghana time okay it is say who ko ba bi kra na say now ye kwa Ampadu house warming o see enu ho 8 Dominic do ho 11 me do honum 9:30 we dey wo kra de nyame adom uduru ho ntem e kira wo kra say eni die kra fa mabre
yeah
extra need dem for mabre de bia da meka so man ani abre a meka na amavo hwe mama sense su bi we from 5 1989 hwe Kumasi nkran kwayo makano for years Accra Kumasi road from 89 me many ba mo se enye kwan no ebesi nne
Accra Kumasi
road aban beba aban beko
ebi tumi chassis ebi ba on to aso
aban beba aban nti development no your long term medium and short term but yet the end there ye long no one who ebeko kopim dan nyame beba. We are taking almost 40 years to build a road, trunk roader, or to construct a trunk roader. I just say you bet me some few years at me. You're asking yourself, do we really want development in this country?
Okay.
And now say we pretend to be working, whilst almost pretend to say kana. We are bootlickers in this country too much. We are sycophants. Okay. Abayasisa. Koshe drama ekosu ewo most of the you can say power players in same ewo bufi. Correct how they are blackmailing people. Correct how they are character assassinating people.
This will be a appointment.
Now asema okafa no hono. Onim perfect no correct. It's all cartoon so just to get a certain favor or post or to push a certain people away from. But if you are closing the door of Abuna Pokuya, say Obitmaya president, I can only say Abuna Pokuya can only be the door to access to the presidency. So what I say, the moment you are closing somebody's door, look at yourself. The number of doors are also close behind you. It's important. Abuna 2025. The only magic is that we need a transformation and a renewal of mind. We need all hands on deck. We need every Ghanaian to understand that Rome was not built in a day.
Okay.
It is a say careful with how we go about our things.
Mate. Aman hene kwabena asante na oteneka no manon kwansa o medobeko parliament na we dey tell we say you say debate ekosopa as to say the 9th parliament eban minority eba majority leadership no okwa the minority as we speak you name numbers no ekwa the 9th parliament edin bi say you Rafenyo Makin current leader your majority the DPM
I don't know what nothing is
sansona
per the me say bibia be sesa
ya tete kojo ponkroma of Fancy Iribi name.
The minimum say the minimum it cannot be, but the minimum say they are maintaining a year or more squad na. In fact,
leadership na from the 8th no.
Yeah, the minimum say
okay.
In such like Sibia niwa a year the same old faces na. Mejidi se party ni omo adwene mu no. Omo ebetimi aye adwuma na momenti uhwema Rafenyo Makin ye ma me Patricia Apieje ye nua Anodompre and Habib mu no. I have picked up say these are the people who prepare the information I have no. Say bibia answer these are the people who are going to man the affairs for the next 4 years or maybe along the line or changes. So that's basically what's going to happen.
I read an argument I know be kase was a partnership the number of seats region kwa ebe leadership na free no omo consider the number of seats omo to be Ghana at the party in the just ended election unnecessary consideration so no ebe boa party no.
That's a party decision masem. Say well, it can be an additional one be at the befre. It's not about say chin we madodo from the region, you know, but the considerations, you know, it goes beyond just region in madodo, even though it's key, but it goes beyond that.
Okay.
So I tell you, be a bit much a region back when we say I'm part munya madodo, but ebia mo kwan mo fa so amodi mo djuma nipa mo ne da so di ne djuma kan fa so okeka ne ho kan fa so oye na arguments kan fa so ni nipa ntem otimi negotiate ma bibia timba form no it say ensem bebiri no mo betwem so you cannot only just stand on and a region when you do until say we free and we see free and you cannot really stand on that and think that is enough. But I will not take that out maybe as one of the factors or more be consider and be look at to ensure that they will get. But per what media, I think the 100% no more be still on be ma call for now intact. Na omode atwaso de omujuma. If any change should come, it might not necessarily be the person of maybe Rafenyo Makin. So as the other, but if any change should come, but I don't know. It's a party decision that they can take. And anything can happen. So do tusiswa enyodia majority or minority enyodia. The NDC at a point felt that Munta Harina Education, they maybe almost doing their next fight, you know. They have to just make sure they reposition them for other people to come. there was noise around it, but the party took a decision.
Yeah, and it stood.
The party took a decision.
Yeah.
So likewise, the MPP, they can also take a decision. But old faces in the other massive, maybe I'm going to do. If you say we need fresher faces to fight our fight for, but that is a decision the party will make. Amongst the consideration, my inquiry on say we move there among Kwana. Region where yes, and that's all kind of side. And the opposite just say, Ashanti for me. But if you do that, you're not being fair.
Yeah.
If you are going to go by that argument, there is a East for Ashanti for
a
party is not built around just 2 regions. It's not possible. So what I say, intimate, their decision to take.
Okay.
Because Omona at this point, Omunim a year prescription Ombitidiama Omayari for in court. So what I say, now Omotimanum Amomanya Pomodin. At this point, you cannot fight it. But that's what I know.
Now, when you hint to be a minister's list be a PO.
Oh, maybe they be at the same time. They make an say, Mempire and say, a year, me krum for, be actively involved in this new administration. Me can't obi to say, a year, Alaji Collins, that make up Ira, a year, Eric Opoku. So what I say, these are the people I may GD say, and yet just because I'm free me krum.
Okay.
It's because they have demonstrated that Omo NDC no Omo do. Omo demonstrated to say Omo abomodin so the bia de be mo bia no ombeti my den etimi agina. Ana eka me se me from my dream chiremra. The likes of Edugitama Klomo ene Adawuga mo ne Sameje Fine Felix Mone, Joyce Montari, the so called that, and then Calisos Modomo called that. You know, and Nipa Bibri was system, I'm going to say, Omu Betimi, Egina, Erika J. Mone, Sango, Betimi, I distribution, Amana Sunipa. The only challenge is that the 60 is becoming a headache now. And Kofobi is a mini pay. Fitiano pack up menu, because we have more radio station. And no, you be known, a lawyer, the other. Why should try a spampy at the airborne? What I appointment. Consult to me, deputy chief of. It's all very humble, hard working and focused.
Sure.
Sir, and Conforno, Mako did in Confornasi. What this former energy minister, Murray Dinkra,
Otiaji,
what dinner check, what you man yourself check. So what I say, they are credible people in the party, and I'll plead with the president to look at youthfulness, and so even though key people are more in because it means quite a mebunun as an inexperience and immaturity be beat you at a certain point. So what I say, all those things should be looked at. One beautiful woman. We should not overlook. In fact, women, the former Attorney General.
Okay.
Anna, Mamia, Debia, I say Roman sister, quiet, Valerie Sawyer.
Valerie Sawyer.
Very quiet, calm lady. You know, there are people in the system, which I think say system Nankasano, what you say, with me, I pick you. And I will be the Musa say, or Mana Kumankasa, Edda, or Braba. So what you say, Obiti said, at forcing. He came in at a timer. Now, a
critical.
So what I say, yes, so a person like Ato Forcing, in fact, it will come to some of us as a surprise.
If
when Timia the baby and you know what I say, Miaminipa number 6, John Jinapo. So what I say, and John Jinapone Buano. I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful experience, but it's for them to take that experience.
What I say?
Problem being your.
Money in your Kwabena Santa, Mabena,
Ufrina, Mudisi, 150 Ufri.
May and Coco say, Coco,
and Coco to be also of the Messi graduate.
Oh,
it didn't be a baba.
Oh, Mamencia.